could tell someone that's starting their marriage, or starting a love life,
yes.
what would be like the success for a healthy marriage? And for what would you tell someone that's in the process of getting married, starting their marriage? Like, what would be the success for marriage for you? What would you want to tell people?
Thank you for asking that. And I do get to tell. One thing I did say, I'm still very involved with Young Life, and I still mentor a group of young men who are starting to think about those things. And gosh, there's so many, but giving away your wants and desires for your wife will end up bringing you much more joy in the long run than you maybe wanting to hold the things that you want to hold on to. Things and things I can think of are like, well, hey, I want to get married, but I want to play golf, or I want to go hunting, or I want to hang out with the boys all the time. I feel like if those are very important to you, maybe you're not ready to get married. But if you're ready to give some of those things up and give time to your wife, then you're ready. But also, giving those things up will seem like a sacrifice, but what that's doing, you're creating this new relationship, and your wife should be your best friend. And I did not get that on my own. I read that from Tim Keller, and so The Meaning of Marriage, and that is a book I highly, highly recommend. In that book, the main theme of that book is your wife should push you towards Jesus and not away from Jesus. And it's like your marriage should be two people moving towards Jesus and closer together in the process. And it's not about fulfilling yourself. It's not fulfilling yourself as a person, but as because only Jesus can do that. And so, and it's not like, oh, marriage is going to make me so happy because marriage makes you happy. That is actually not true. It's your joy is found in Jesus, and getting to do that with another person is God's gift to you. And so, and I've had to learn that so slowly. I did not start out my marriage that way. My wife wishes I would have. Thank the Lord that she has held on to me for all these years, where she's prayed for me, and she's been patient with me, and I still don't do it anywhere close to perfect, but I'm getting there. And so, but it really is this idea of like dying to yourself. So what Jesus did for us, so we can live, and it's true in marriage. And so, and it's really true in every relationship. And you shouldn't go into the marriage, or any relationship going, this is what I get out of it. And I think American culture is, I want to get married so I can get out of it, so I can get my fulfillment. And your attitude should be, what can I give in this? And so, and that's just a maturing process. We're not all there yet, but that's the advice I would give.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for asking.
Of course, no. Throughout episodes, we'll always ask different people certain things like that, because I hope that there is a person that is actually starting their marriage, or is engaged, or is dating someone. They're like, okay, I think this is someone I want to marry, and listens to what you just said, and hopefully uses that, whether you're a man or a woman. So thank you for sharing that, because I honestly don't think that kind of healthiness is honestly talked about enough in the media anymore. So
I would agree.
I appreciate you for sharing that, man.
And I think, if you don't mind, there's a fear of marriage. I think, okay, I've read this stat, and I feel like it's true. Most young people want to be married. They would love to have a happy marriage. They would love that. They just haven't seen it, and they're very scared of it, because they have seen broken marriages. They have seen marriages that have ended poorly and have broken everything around them. And so, which is sad. And so, there needs to be this new life breathed into what it could be like. And it really is dying to yourself and not coming in expecting it to meet all these needs, but to how can I serve this other person? How can I love this other person the way they need to be loved? And you just have to get there. It's a growing process. But I will tell you, for me, with my wife being patient and us wanting to go about marriage that way has been the greatest thing ever. It's been the greatest thing ever. And so our prayer is for young people to see marriage that way and to enter in that way. It's also a covenant promise to love that person through thick and thin. You, in a marriage, in a relationship, you're going to hit speed bumps, you're going to hit walls. There are going to be many times that you do not want to love that person at all. But the marriage covenant is above that. It is a promise to love that person no matter what. And so knowing there's a lot of strength and stability that can come from a relationship, knowing that we're in it no matter what. If we're in it no matter what, then we can handle those things. And so I think a lot of marriages have ended because they hit a speed bump, or I'm not happy anymore. Yeah. Well, no kidding. It's not. You're not always going to be happy. There's a honeymoon stage, and then it falls off, and like, what am I doing with this person? But knowing that the vows that you said in front of God, in front of people, those mean something. Yeah. And so, and if you both lock into that, then you can make it through those hard times. Those hard times are going to come. They are going to come. And so when they do, if you're ready and you're locked in together, then you can make it through those times. So, thank you.